now listening to Snuff Magee and Friends. Irrelevance in the Dungeon.
Snuff Magee and Friends, Irrelevance in the Dungeon, episode 32.
Trente dos.
Maybe. That's it?
No, that's on point. That's
I'm gonna
30.
take his word for it.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I am Snuff Magee, joined by...
It's your man Tyson in the building.
It's your boy Kel.
Mz Tink.
T-Vaughn.
What's going on, fellas? How was your week?
Hell of a week.
It was a
man.
week.
Hell of a
It
week.
was a week, man.
Yeah.
Tink, how was your week? These guys
It was
had
a very stressful week.
productive.
Stressful.
Everybody had a fucked up week.
Hey, man, no, it was
Trying to push
productive.
towards Thanksgiving. You know, that last
Yeah,
full
man.
week before Thanksgiving, man. So, you know, they trying to work you.
I got me a good pair of eating pants ready.
Eating pants?
Eating pants, brother. You know, you gotta have the right pants, so you can't just be out there eating
elastic
shit.
waist in.
I mean,
Yes,
that's
sir.
pretty
Yes, sir.
much sweats, right?
Now, see, I like a good mixture. I don't want them to just be sweats because I like to look presentable at the same time. So they're more of a jogger type pants. You know, you can wear them out to Walmart if you need to, but I can fuck something up at the table with them on as well. So, you know, it's multi-purpose basically.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Fat nigga shit.
Special guest, Mz Tink. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
And you have a podcast. Tell us about that.
It's called The Raw Talent Show, and I basically do my own thing. So it started out with me showcasing my poetry and building questions around my poetry to explain my poetry and get other people's opinions. And then I started doing live shows, and I do a roundtable discussion, and I'm starting the the Raw Talent Experience. So I'm going to be interviewing entrepreneurs.
So what got you, what made you start the podcast? I mean, it was something you've been thinking about for a while?
I published my first poetry book in June, and I wanted other people to get the poetry without having to read the book.
I noticed you didn't bring a poetry book with you tonight.
Amazon has them, though.
They do? Mm-hmm. I was aware of that.
That's the way you can get
Don't
it.
hurt to show one off.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
just
know,
sold out of them.
I just wanted to, just so we can show it on camera.
Wait,
like,
did you hear the humble brag just now?
yeah, it was not humble at all. I heard that shit.
I mean, nigga, ain't no more. I sold all the motherfuckers.
But they are available on Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, I am a Prime
What's the
member.
price on them thing?
Depends on which book you get.
Oh, you got the hardback and
Not all of them is paperback.
Then what's the difference?
It's the difference in which book. They cost different prices.
Oh, all right.
Now,
So book 1 is 6, book 2 is 7, and book 3 is 8.
Word.
And then I also have my first urban novel that I wrote by myself called Love's Girls. That's also on Amazon.
Word.
And book 2 to that is coming out December the 11th.
so you have 3 poetry books and 2 novels. That's
Yes.
what you have.
And I also co-wrote another novel that was released in May.
All right, and what was that about?
Falling for a Queen Pen. It was about females that ran a drug organization, but you didn't know they ran a drug organization.
Falling for a queen pen.
Yes.
Wow. When I think of queen pen, what's it up?
Party
yeah.
till it's ran off.
That's right.
She on ladies' night too, aren't you? Won't she on ladies'
Yeah,
night?
she was. Yeah. Had to join Black Street as well.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
yeah.
diggity
Oh,
joint.
yeah. No
The
doubt.
Black Street had that the collab creation.
Yeah.
Bump like Acme, nigga.
Yeah.
Bump like bars, nigga. Bump like Acme, nigga.
Yeah. With your shit, was it?
Give me my credit, never slouch.
Shout out to Teddy Riley.
But all of those books are available on Amazon?
Yes.
And upcoming, what do we have?
Next Friday, I have the Melting Pot of Art, which is bi-weekly, and it's at the Nutty Buttery, and it is a open mic. So artists that do poetry, rap, sing, everybody's welcome.
And you have a host for that event?
Yes, Remo Mills.
Okay, no doubt. Shout
And
out
the
Remo.
one after that is Tisha Lassane on December the 14th, and then December the 20th, I'm doing a Christmas showcase.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Only Christmas songs. All singers.
Okay, and you have a host for that? Because, Snuff Magee, he hosts events.
I'll Be Anywhere is going to host that one, but the next one, January, is coming up, so...
January?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'll be there.
As soon as I get the date, I'm going to hit you up.
No doubt. And
Arguing.
now, how long have you been doing these events?
My first one was August the 30th.
Okay. I got another question for you. No judgment zone. Tell me about that.
I feel like we're judged by what we say, what we think, and how we stand apart from other people. So I wanted to create a safe place for people to be who they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Raw Talent represents. The raw, real, uncut, unfiltered you.
No doubt. And if people want to reach you, how do they reach you?
Instagram, MZTINK.rawtalent.
Can we slow down? You know, I've had a very long day.
MZTINK dot raw talent on Instagram.
Okay.
And then YouTube is Raw Talent Show with Mz Tink.
Okay. And I want to shout you out too. Tink did a video for me, man, and she didn't even know me. You know, I could tell she was a fan early, real early on.
I'm just trying to support another black entrepreneur.
Can I finish, Tink? Can I finish?
Either
Tink?
way, we want to do that, though.
No, I mean the fact that I really appreciate that. You made me feel like I was somebody, and I had my pursuit of happiness moment when I seen that. I'm not ashamed to say it.
All I'm saying is I got a podcast too, so you want to put videos out there.
Nigga, go put my bid in, right?
Yes, we're out taking it.
I got you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, but check her out, man. I really like the host of the show. I want to check out the spoken word because I haven't seen too many of it.
But you be busy on Fridays.
I know, but I mean,
what I'm saying?
sometimes I think you should switch it to a Saturday so I can be a part of it.
I'll see you on December the 14th when Tisha Lassane hosts. Because that's the Saturday.
What's wrong with your eyes? It's like your eyes have got real big. Does that mean that means you're serious?
No.
Is that what that is?
I'm just letting you know.
On December 14th, I'll be there. Put me in.
All right.
There it is.
You gonna get on the mic and say something?
I will.
Okay.
Get this Lorraine tape.
You want me to? Oh, you want spoken word?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we stream live to YouTube, so even if you can't make it, you can always tune in.
No, I'll be there.
Oh yeah.
Black people do this. I will be there. I will have my spoken word.
All right.
No doubt. And if you don't want to go live tonight, I feel no type of way.
No, we go live every time.
Okay.
Every single
I
time.
mean,
Nigga said that you don't want to go. I mean, I'm cool with that.
I mean, because it's kind of like who's there is there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I
Because you
have
can't
people,
promise the
like,
outside
I
not
have
gonna
a
judge.
guy that I work with, or I'm going to start working with. He's in Cali. He can't come.
Uh-huh.
I have people that work that couldn't come, especially doing shows on Fridays.
Uh-huh.
So I always go live, and sometimes I get views before I finish.
Well, I want a very intimate event when I'm there. So it's like, if you're there, you're there.
Yeah,
And it's like, and if you're not there, you just talk about it like you should have been there.
Oh, so
you
you
know
don't
what I'm
want
saying?
other people to press rewind and see it again like that?
We press rewind. We do that now. What?
I mean, you go backwards with the arrows. Ain't that
Backwards?
Yeah. Snuff a little slow today, I guess. No
He's
doubt.
probably thinking like the VHS rewind joint. Pop it in rewinder.
Be kind, rewind.
That's
One of
right.
those things.
No files from Blockbuster.
But yo, Tink, we want you back on the show. We appreciate you stopping by.
Anytime.
Tyson, go ahead and see her out, man. Now I want to go to Irrelevance. I don't know if you're ready for Irrelevance in the dungeon.
Okay.
I mean, I just want.
I don't know if you're ready for the round table discussion, but I invited you today.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I'm ready for anything, Tink.
Alright.
We're not gonna play them games.
Okay,
Alright?
let's get it.
You're not gonna come for me.
Ladies, I
Fuck around and give me my last name.
You know what I'm trying to make love to?
Tyson with the vocals. I thought he only knew Wu-Tang songs.
The live brings it out. Matter of fact, let's shout out. We're on Facebook Live tonight. Snuff
Yeah.
Magee and Friends. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube as well as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, blase.
Raw Talent on all that too.
I'm sorry?
Raw Talent on all that too.
Yeah, but this is Snuff Magee and Friends. I mean, you had your time. I'm just saying, I let you plug.
I made you a video. You just say follow all us.
Well, before I was really interrupted, doing my commercial. Can I have my
I
moment?
got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But please follow Raw Talent on the following.
You ain't used as much enthusiasm as you used for Snuff.
Well, the way you came for me, I got a little scared. I didn't want to elevate my voice anymore. Follow Raw Talent on the same, as well as Yes We Articulate Podcast.
Appreciate you.
No doubt. Follow on IG, YouTube. Go ahead, help me out, Tone.
I'm just on IG and Facebook. I ain't big time yet.
No, you got audio. The audio, man.
Yeah, we're go search our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor.fm. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can search Yes We Articulate. You'll find us there. Appreciate the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who's got that phone? I hear.
Oh, so that's
Sound like the radio when you call in.
Yeah.
You still playing your radio.
Yeah.
yeah.
Heard all that, man. Irrelevance in the Dungeon, man. We're gonna start off like Tone came for me this week, man. I wasn't expecting to make the back-to-back appearance or whatnot.
Yeah.
But we appreciate it, man.
No
I don't
question.
think
I love Mariah. He gonna fuck around and get taken. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. But Colin Kaepernick, last Saturday he had a workout. It was scheduled for the new Georgia Dome. What is it, Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
Yeah.
It was scheduled to be in that area. And at the last minute, Kaepernick switched it up. He said he didn't like the contract, the waiver that they wanted him to sign. So he went to a high school. And the thing about him going to the high school, he had all his people were there. He had his camera crew. He had a Kunta Kinte shirt. He looked okay. Was it extravagant? It was basic to me. That's not a shot at Cap,
Right.
I don't know who his receivers were. I thought Antonio Brown was going to show up or whatnot. But I say that to say this. Stephen A. Smith, he came for Cap real hard. And I'm going to open the floor for Tone, and go ahead and talk to me, Tone.
So here's my thing, man. I think, Stephen A. went hard, man. But a lot of what Stephen A. said was valid. And the reason I say this is because, one, Cap wants to be a martyr, man. I don't think he wants to play in the NFL. I think he has more value outside of the NFL. And furthermore, I don't know why he wants to get back in the NFL, man. If you have that much distrust with your old employer, why would you want to go back? Secondly, man, if you're going to go back to the employer that you sued, right, you can't put all these stipulations in place and then get mad when that employer does not hire you. I can't go to a previous employer and say, yes, I want you guys to interview me, but here are all the things I want in place before you interview me. Huh?
You got a point.
Right?
I'm going to let you finish.
Me personally, I wouldn't want to go back to that employer. That's just me. I would not want to go back to that employer after I've had this much distrust. Now, the NFL was wrong in trying to put those things in that waiver. They're the NFL. They don't want them to sue him, so I can understand that from a business perspective. He had plenty of time for his camp to see it and then say, "Hey, we don't like it. We don't want to participate in the workout." But you wait until the day of to change everything. And I truly believe there are teams that possibly wanted to sign him, that were looking forward to that workout, and then when all this shit went down, they're like, "Damn, we trying to help you, man, and you doing this," and then you also wear the Kunta Kinte shirt. And again, you're antagonizing. You shake your head. You're antagonizing the employer that you want to work for. So you get mad when that employer doesn't hire you because you got a Kunta Kinte shirt on. Tell me if you can go to your job, piss off your job, and then ask to work again after you and said something derogatory towards them. You and sued them. And then you want to go back to work for them, but you're going to wear a Kunta Kinte shirt. And I know people out there probably going to say, "Damn, he cooning, he doing the Uncle Tom thing." Y'all can look at my shirt, look at my hat. Anybody that follow me know my thoughts on black empowerment, about Cap. I've supported him throughout the whole process.
Now, first of all, pause for a second. Anybody that's coming for Tony Vaughn got to come through me first. He ain't cool, and I'm doing the Mark Ingram right now. Come see me. Come see me. All right, go back to Tone.
I just feel like there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, man. I feel like his camp could have handled it a lot better. at the end of the day, what did he accomplish? The same people that support Kaepernick still support him, and the people that did not like him before, he did not gain anything from them. So if you're trying to gain consensus, if you're trying to gain additional support to get you back in the NFL, I don't think anything that you did on Saturday helped your argument whatsoever with NFL owners. If you were trying to get back in, those owners are now saying, damn, we gave you a shot, and this is what you do, and then you throw the Kuta Kinte shirt on top of that. I don't know if we want to take that chance. We already was going to possibly lose some money by bringing you and putting you on the roster, and you do this, it makes it even harder. So if your ultimate goal was to get back into the NFL, I don't see how anything you did Saturday helped that. That's all I'm saying. And I truly support everything he stood for. But if your ultimate goal is to get back in the NFL, tell me how anything you did Saturday helped that.
Kel?
I respect your opinion, T-Bone. I agree on some things. I not even necessarily disagree on some other things. I guess we just have a different viewpoint on some. Do I agree that Cap is more valuable as a martyr than a football player? 100%. I also think Cap realizes he's more valuable as a martyr than a football player.
For sure.
I don't think he has a true desire to play in the NFL again. But I've said that before, any of this ever happened. Now, as far as the way he handled going about the workout, do I understand your point when you say, can I pretty much disrespect my employer and come back and expect to work? At my job, no, I cannot. My employer also has not done the same things either. So I think it makes the situation slightly different. In all fairness, that doesn't matter that much because your point is still valid. I think Cap's whole point in doing the workout, he wanted to show that it's not football reasons that he's not playing. He wanted to kill those naysayers, and this is just my opinion, obviously. Mm-hmm. He wanted to shut that down because, from what I read, like at least one person, one representative was like, man, he has an elite arm still.
And he's posted videos before. My point is, people already knew that.
But most of the people who knew that weren't the naysayers either. They weren't the people saying, oh, he's just not good anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the people who saw that on his Instagram and shit like that, they're the supporters. They're the ones, like you said, yeah, we do know. Mm-hmm. But the people that still try to push that narrative didn't know. And I think that he changed it because the NFL was, I get the whole, so you can't sue us thing. Yeah, that's valid. But they also, I feel like we're trying to control a narrative that they didn't own. That's his narrative to own. And Stephen A. Smith, like, he criticized him for trying to control the narrative. He should try to control the narrative. Why should he put the narrative in the hands of a company that, come on, man, it's the fucking NFL.
Again, but he wants to work for said company.
But does he want to work for said company?
Everything that was set up for Saturday says that he does. And the speech that he gave afterwards says, why is the NFL running? And see, that's another thing. Be upfront. If he doesn't want to play, be upfront with it. Don't gas up your supporters and say, look, the NFL stopped me from playing when you're doing things that's stopping you from getting back into the NFL. So, like all your supporters saying, they ain't letting the Cap into the NFL. They stopping him from getting into the NFL. Cap ain't helping himself either. So if stand tall on, they didn't want me to play because I didn't stand for the anthem. I kneeled, and I don't want to play for them. But to me, particularly you wearing a Kuta Kinte shirt, but to me, you trying to get back on the plantation.
It's a very interesting point. I can't say you're wrong. I can disagree, but I can't say you're wrong either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Allow me to quote Donald Trump.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. Don't put me in the same camp with him, man.
It was wrong on both sides.
Yeah,
I can agree with that. I can agree there.
I think that the NFL was trying to save face with the whole with the whole thing.
They were hire him.
And Cap, the thing about the NFL is you have a man who's been to a Super Bowl, who's been to a Pro Bowl, an elite quarterback who did have an off year, but still better than Mark Sanchez, better than probably at least 10 or 12 quarterbacks starting now in the NFL.
Agreed.
Who hasn't played in 3 years. Why? Because he took a knee for social injustice.
Right.
It wasn't because of his play. It wasn't because he slapped any woman, weapons charges, any crimes. Yeah, coke, whatever. You know? He hasn't been in the league because he's supposedly anti-American, because he took a knee. And the reason he took a knee was because a soldier told him to take a knee, to not sit before the anthem. And you have people like Donald Trump talking about him like he's so un-American, you know, fire the son of a bitch, this and that. And then you have so-called patriots who are upset with him. The man shouldn't have been out of the league for 3 years. We all know that if you're out of the NFL for 2 years, it's hard to come back. Right. More than likely, you're not going to come back. And they gave him a workout on a Saturday. Games are on Sunday. Everybody's focused on Saturday for the game Sunday. Who's coming to see him? I mean, what scouts? I mean, whoever, the bottom of the totem pole is probably going to go see him. Normally, they do the stuff on Tuesday. Now, Cap did agree to it. Cap does want to get back in the league. Just like Eric Reed. Eric Reed is back in the league. And the thing about it, Eric Reed still talks about social injustice. He's in the league. Mm-hmm. Why isn't Cap in the league? He took a knee right beside Cap. So what's the reason why Cap hasn't played for 3 years? And my thing with Stephen A. Smith is I just feel like he came too hard on him. I feel as if you've been supportive of Cap, did you talk to Cap before you went on that rant on Facebook that night?
Bingo.
Yeah. I can agree with that, man.
He misused his platform.
And the topic said Kaepernick doesn't want to play. And then, you know, he went on this week speaking that, you know, Stephen A., he's always got sources. It's people who's told me. I'm not going to name names. You know, he does that all the time. But he's saying he's been fighting for Cap. He's been speaking for Cap. But Cap does this, and it's like, oh, now Cap's wrong. Now, understand where Cap's coming from before you go on Facebook trashing the man. Yeah. And
what did he say on Facebook that was trashing him? Because, I mean, I saw Stephen A. on First Take, and, you know, where he was, I mean, to me, making valid points and all that, you know what I mean? But what's the Facebook thing?
If I support you, if it like Tyson, my man and all, and Tyson makes a mistake or whatever, and then I just get on Irrelevance and Dungeons like, man, Tyson don't want to do that. Tyson, and I haven't talked to you after the fact. But if I'm supporting you, you know, am I going to talk to you before I make, you know, he didn't know anything about the waiver stuff. Mm-hmm. He didn't know about that.
I'll say this, man. Yeah, probably should have gave him a call. But at the end of the day, I think Stephen A. has a job. That his job is to be a talking head.
He has 8 million reasons.
You got to be able to separate the two, though, man. At some point, like, your morality has to step in at some point. Like, you have to look at your platform and who you are and the people that you speak to and the people that watch you. Because everyone's not going to take it as, oh, you just think your brother may have done something, you know what I'm saying, that you didn't agree with. Some people are going to use that as the fuel and say, look, even he says he's wrong.
My thing with Stephen A. is this. He made a statement, but when you come back at him, he seems like he gets offended. Oh, he takes it personal with the whole Eric Reed thing, you know? Yeah. He's been talking about it too much to me. There's no need to talk about it every day this week on the show. Yeah. Like, Shannon hasn't been talking about it like that.
Sometimes when you're wrong, that's what happens.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, people, you know, like I said, he went very hard against, you know, with how he spoke about it. Very valid points that he made. People, I think a lot of black people fail to realize Shannon Sharp said basically the same stuff that Stephen A. said on Undisputed on Monday after it happened. Shannon Sharp had the same thoughts about, you know, Cap was kind of in the wrong, had, you know, NFL's wrong. Yeah,
the way you deliver a message matters.
Right, it does matter, but we also can't lose the message either. And also, man, I think we're too quick. Black people in particular are too quick to write off all our people, man. I know this the whole cancel culture. I think we were too quick to say, you know, Stephen A. is cooning, Stephen A. is Uncle Tom. I mean, I think we have to look at, you can't look at stuff in a vacuum, man. You gotta look holistically at all that he's done, all he said, all he continues to do. And I didn't like that, you know, T.O. called the man and said that Max is, you know, blacker than...
You're not going to take away my next segment. that's what you're not going to do.
Okay, I'll leave that point alone.
But getting back to Stephen A., this isn't the first time that he's come.
That was gonna be my point.
He's come for our people.
Yeah, like you can't act like this is a one-off.
Yeah.
But does having a difference in opinion mean coming forward?
No,
The way you deliver the
It's not what
difference in
you say,
opinion.
it's how you say it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, he's
Stay
allowed-
off the weed.
Yeah.
You know.
So because to me, like with that, I don't really see any issue with that. Just because if he's maybe like loud or something versus hey, stay off the weed. You know what I mean?
Man,
So is that like
it's more than just loud, dog. Like, so Stephen A. He like even when I'm not trying to tap dance on your next subject, but even when he was speaking to T.O., he was like, I've invited Kaepernick on this show to have a conversation. Everything with him has to be about that. Like, no, nigga, sometimes you need to have a man-to-man conversation with somebody off the record.
Well, ever since Stephen A. got suspended, it seems like he's toned it down with certain topics or whatnot. And now he's got 8 million reasons, to act the way he is. But getting to the next our next topic, later on that week, T.O. was on the show. And Max was saying a lot of things that were pro Kaepernick, throughout the week. And T.O. told Stephen A. Smith that it sounded like Max was blacker than him.
In jest.
Yeah. To which Stephen A. was taken aback. And yeah, he came back for T.O., man, and I think T.O. did it for shock value. But that's T.O.
Yeah.
Why you bring T.O. on the show? You expect
Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah. You expected this to be a normal conversation? T.O.'s gonna do some stuff. He's like the 50 Cent of the NFL, man.
yeah.
Well, see, that's the double standard we have right there, because you say, why T.O. do it for shock value, Stephen A. can't do it for shock value. And even though he's a talking head,
I think his voice matters more.
Mm-hmm. A whole lot more. And I also, once again, T.O. admittedly said that in jest. You know what I'm saying?
but yeah, there's certain stuff, even when you say in jest, that attacks your manhood, your blackness.
Yeah,
man. It really does.
one thing you can't attack is blackness.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes and no. Yes and no. I guess it depends on their relationship.
Not in public, man.
No.
With another.
I didn't take it as attacking his blackness.
Did you see how uncomfortable Max was?
I can't think of any situation where I would want to be in when I'm having a deep conversation with another black guy and he say, "Man, he's blacker than you right now." Like that's gonna offend me, whether you joking.
If you say that to me in that context, I don't think I take it like that.
That's like
if somebody else
So it
said,
depends on who it's coming
yes,
from.
I
But do
do.
you remember Rob Parker when he was talking about RG3 and he was like he was a cornball brother? He pretty much got fucking fired for that.
He did.
Yeah.
And I mean, even I took offense to it.
Yeah.
Like, why you calling my man out like that?
Fair. I'm not saying your point's not valid.
I'm just saying that he was saying it because he was dating white girls. Well, he's a cornball.
I mean, he was doing more than dating.
I mean, you know.
Do you
But at the same time, do you do that?
He said that was his man's. I don't think you think it's a combo.
Huh?
You don't think RG3 a cornball?
I wouldn't.
See?
He doesn't do that on national TV, man.
Okay, and that's a fair point. I'm willing to accept that. That's fair. I guess I wasn't thinking about it in that context. Like
On national TV, man.
Yeah.
You pretty much tan another black man.
If the homies is talking and you, I see
he's
your-
tan another black man. It's like
Very-
black on black, man.
Very fair point.
Yeah.
And again,
It's on TV.
we don't say it in front of. If it's
On
just
TV.
us amongst black people,
Yeah.
I can say that to
I'll
you.
take that,
You know, but if we have white people in the room, like,
But that's how I feel about Stephen A. Smith too, though.
About who?
That's what I feel about all the stuff Stephen A. Smith is saying
True.
too.
Good, valid point, and that's why I'm saying, if we're going to get upset about him saying that stuff about Cap, then we should be rightfully upset about T.O. saying that about him.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
Yeah.
But at the same time, are we taking T.O. serious? Let's be real.
Nah, but
In the full context of what went on this week,
You don't do that, T.O. But it's people backing T.O. like, yeah, T.O.'s it. Like T.O.'s valid.
oh well, yeah, no, damn sure not that. Nah, hell no.
T.O. He was a great receiver, especially when he played with the San Francisco 49ers.
I mean, T.O. ain't the blackest nigga.
Nah. I mean,
You just attacked the man black.
Yeah.
I'm just. If we speaking about it in context, ain't no white people here, so I'm good.
Good point. Valid point. Valid point.
We do have white viewers.
Right?
Shout out Facebook Live, Google Podcast. Can I plug myself again? I'm sorry.
Oh man.
And also follow Mz Tink.
Thank you.
And yes, we're articulate.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. Yeah.
They keep leaving my man out. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Yes We're Articulate. Don't be like them and keep leaving my man out.
Tony's getting taken. That's why we not. Shout out Mariah. What's going on?
I don't know if y'all remember this little show called I Can't Call It.
Oh, now that's what we're doing? Everybody, you got a plug?
No, I got nothing.
Oh no, it's not a plug. It no longer exists. I'm here.
Cool.
No, there's always, you can always come back, man. Mm-hmm. Always come back. I think that let's chill out on that for a while. I think Stephen A. did chill out on that. He was coming for Eric Reed. He was just getting a little too emotional with that, man. It's like,
Really, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how is he supposed to be? Because I mean, I don't really see the emotion part of it. To me,
did you see with him and Eric when he was talking about Eric Reed?
Well, he was saying because Eric Reed, I think, was questioning his, I guess, blackness as well. So I don't really blame Stephen A. for clapping back because I'm like, yo, you questioning my blackness, and it's like you doing the type shit that's to me,
Has Stephen A. ever questioned anybody else's character on that show?
Huh?
Yeah.
That's what he gets paid to do for a living.
Questions characters on a regular basis.
Right or wrong?
I don't think he questions their blackness though.
He questions people's character. People who are on drugs, stay off the weed, like they're weak. Like it's not an addiction.
So when they come back around, he can't take it.
Yeah, the shoe was
That's
on. The shoe was on the other foot.
That's the same thing with like staying off weed versus like who you are as a person.
I'm just saying.
But that's just one example, though. He has attacked people's characters previously.
Yeah, I mean,
Once again, that's literally what he gets paid to do.
I agree. I think in the full context of everything that went down this week, I think it was natural for him to kind of come back, man. I think Eric Reed was probably the most vocal person that kind of attacked him, but I'm pretty sure he saw a lot of what people were saying.
but at the same time, he attacked Kaepernick before he knew anything about the waiver. He jumped on Facebook Live. Cap
And literally attacked his character.
Yeah, Cap doesn't want to play.
Again, a lot of what he said in that speech, though, it was valid points. You take out the waiver piece.
But somebody could say that that's valid
Question
about
his-
Stephen A. Smith. That's
question
opinion.
his- yeah.
That's opinion based.
It's opinion based, but it's a lot. When we go back to my first comments about how it was handled, regardless of the waiver, there was a lot of stuff that Kaepernick could have did better, and that a lot of his actions on Saturday, regardless of the waiver, did not.
I think the point is that it's based on perception.
Yeah, it's all. But you can say all of that. None of it is fact, though.
So we're saying that there wasn't a better way to handle Saturday if you want to be acting.
Even if we all agree, it's just an agreed upon opinion. Is my point.
Right.
The employers that he wants to work for, all 31 of the NFL teams, 30 or 31, how many is? You gonna tell me all of them said, yeah, he handled Saturday?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just because we all agree on that doesn't make it a fact.
I think that
To the employers, it's
Cap knew it was bullshit.
I agree there.
So he treated it like bullshit.
And I think that's why I view it that way as well, because I come from that side of it.
I mean, a Saturday, week 10. And then they said Jay-Z was disappointed. I really don't want to touch that.
To which Rock Nation declined.
Yeah, they did
Or
decline.
denied,
But
excuse me.
Jay-Z hasn't spoke either. And my only thing with Kaepernick is this. This is what I agree with Stephen A. about. Cap doesn't talk enough. I mean, he said a little thing Saturday, but he doesn't speak enough. Everybody else is speaking for him.
And yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And had he took some questions on Saturday and let people ask him questions, I think we could have got full context of why he did what he did. But we still don't know. It's all, like y'all said, assumption on and perception on what we think he was thinking. But he doesn't speak enough. Man.
I get at the beginning where everything was going on. You just wanted to take a knee for social injustice, and maybe you didn't have a lot to speak about. It's been 3 years now. You have 3 years to say something.
Cook up something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, and really he didn't have that much to say. Stop running from it. Stop running. You had 3 years, man.
And this is a real question.
Maybe he's
like,
just not good at that.
What would you guys like him to say? Once again, a real question, not coming from a place of like, well, what is he supposed to say? Like,
Man, y'all fucking me. This some bullshit.
Gotcha.
3 years without a job. I'm ready to play. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Something. You know, I mean, I don't think that'll
Would that go well?
Or
That's 3 years.
Football in here.
Hey, that's 3 years of frustration. 3 years of frustration.
after Saturday not going well, hey, we didn't like the waiver that the NFL presented to my team. We decided not to have the workout, or that's why we moved the workout.
Yeah, this is.
That's all you needed to say.
And that's fair.
My problem is going back to, you want to be in the league, but you keep antagonizing the people that you want to employ you. They're normal human beings. Nobody wants to hire somebody that they know gonna piss them off. Nobody wants to hire somebody they still think's gonna, at the end of the day, sue me.
Before you said that part,
You know,
before you said the sue
I
me
was
part,
gonna say, maybe that's his angle.
NFL owners hire people that will piss them off all the time.
it's a difference, though, man. It's difference,
It's
and from their perspective, it's a difference in they're going to, they may do something to somebody else, right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's a difference in saying they may possibly do something illegal. Versus my boss is a slave owner.
I mean, hey,
But
like you said, right or wrong, and you're right, yeah. 'Cause you can smack a bitch and still play.
Right, and that shows the hypocrisy of the league. It shows the hypocrisy of the league.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when somebody's just attacking you, and I'm giving you a paycheck, I feel some type of way about you wearing a Kunta Kinte shirt. You want to work for me, and you want to wear that Kunta Kinte shirt? That's all I'm saying, and that's coming from trying to see their perspective. As a black man, I understand where he's coming from. I understand he had a right to not stand up for the national anthem because he's protesting police brutality. Has every right to be in the NFL. But at the same time, these people are writing your check, and if you want them to write a check, there's some things you have to give up. I ain't saying give up your rights, but you don't have the right to antagonize them and still ask for a check.
So you're able to separate the morality versus the reality.
Yeah.
That's what I struggle with, and that's the problem.
But that's what Cap has to decide on.
If it's worth it, right? If it's worth
And
me
that's
giving
fair.
up that
that's
to
fair.
get back in the league.
That's
the
fair.
NFL saying you got to give up some of that. I'm sorry. If you want us to write this check to you, that's something you're going to have to give up.
Which goes back to our original point. He shouldn't even want to play for these motherfuckers anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
It came back around.
the thing that to me just makes the shit stupid at this point is because Trump ain't even in the mix no more. So it's like, it's a totally different element now. Because as McGee had mentioned, the issue was Trump touching it, fucking it up, hijacking hijacking the context of why he was kneeling in the first place.
Whole nother subject.
Led to the hiatus, led to all the beef and all that shit. Flash forward 3 years, all that's deaded. So it's like, to me, I feel like it's almost at a point where everybody needs to man up and pretty much start over at this point because Trump ain't. The whole shit with Trump ain't even there no more.
And it's very possible that there were a lot of teams that saying it's been 3 years, we good, all right.
Like, are you good?
Are you good? And then he shows up with the Kunta Kinte shit. He's like, God damn, we thought we had him. We thought he was in a good spot, and now he shows up with the shirt, and we back in the same place again.
Screwed himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Man, fuck that.
and again, it comes down to comes down to the choice.
But at the same time,
and you can still move, and you can still be a social activist and use your platform for those means. It's just that you gotta decide on how you wanna move. You know what I mean? Like, whether you want to be radical with this shit or you wanna move in other ways and use your platform to make that impact. But that's going to be a personal call.
It was all bullshit. I feel as if, why have a tryout for a man that is better than Mark Sanchez? Did you make Mark Sanchez do an NFL tryout after the butt fumble? Did you?
Today's the anniversary of that, actually.
After the butt fumble, he actually got signed by the Redskins while Cap was still unemployed. He was back in the league. I don't think he needed a tryout. I think it was a publicity stunt. Cap felt it. Now he did his own thing. Like I said, it was wrong on both sides. Now it's just like,
what would make it be a publicity stunt if the shit was deaded? Like Cap was no existence of Cap. You know what I mean? So I mean, what would make you feel that the NFL was doing it as a
what would have made it?
You want the real? You want the real?
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah.
I think personally, it was after that whole the Jay-Z thing, and Jay-Z wanted to save face. So it was like, let's give Cap a shot. After he signed a deal with NFL for what was it, the halftime or music executive,
entertainment.
Yeah,
he's in charge of entertainment or what have you.
And I thought I was going to get the Rockefeller Super Bowl, and I got
nigga, that would have been so fucking hard.
I got J-Lo,
right?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I got J-Lo and Shakira. So he was like, you know what, let me go ahead and put a bug in Goodell's ear. Just give him a shot, man. Shit, fucking do it on a Saturday. Ain't nobody gonna pay no attention, but just give him a shot.
As they say, Jay-Z told Roger Goodell he needed to do this because he put his reputation on the line, and signing this deal with them.
But Cap is quiet, Jay is quiet. Stephen A's doing all the talking,
and that's where we have a problem.
Yeah, let's move on. So,
good discourse, fellas.
Yes. Let's move into better news. So Myles Garrett, better news. Myles Garrett's been suspended indefinitely. So, as Tony Vaughn said last week, he was saying before he gets back into the league, he has to have a meeting with the NFL. He's appealed this, and he said this week that Mason Rudolph called him the N-word during the tussle that they had. Being that it's all black people at this table today, and black people on Facebook Live watching,
yeah,
as well as Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Anchor.fm.
Mm-hmm. If somebody called you the N-word, would you wait several days later to say that's what they said?
No, I'll let y'all talk first.
I'll say this: it explains why he acted the way he acted.
It did,
But I just believe if he had been called the N-word, the boys in the locker room would have said that shit. He said he called him a nigga. Yeah. They would have said that. We'd have heard that well before a week later.
So you think he bluffing?
Yeah. I think he's just trying to find out. Mm-hmm. And
shorten that suspension a little bit.
Yeah, shorten that suspension. And they went and tried to get evidence, and nobody could corroborate the story.
So you pretty much just saying that nigga lying.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Nice
try, Miles.
Miles' character, man, like he's very I would say eccentric. He's a different cat when he came to the league. I don't see him telling the tale, but it just sounds real fishy, man.
Different when you get them checks, though.
I was going to say the money coming in place.
Like, just tell me one time anytime, it could be on World Star, in real life, any of those things. You seen a nigga fighting, and as he's getting pulled off, he not saying, no, he called me a nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you not saying it as you being pulled off? You bring that out a week later?
Pouncey did kick him in the head, though.
Pouncey did?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong.
So he forgot.
He could have.
Rudolph do look like he would call you.
Now, and that's what I was going to get to. When Rudolph was coming at him, it looked like he could have dropped the he could have dropped the bomb.
You nigger! Just this full on Klansman.
The face suits it.
Yeah. He do look like an up and coming Klans member. You know what I mean? Just like
an up and coming Grand Wizard.
His name
gave him an offer. He thinking about what
in the early
he's doing
stages.
or not.
Let me see how this Steelers thing worked out. I'll let you guys know.
His name is Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. Got nigga written all over it.
Nigger Sayer.
Goddamn nigga right there. He got goddamn nigga.
But it's been upheld. He's still going to be suspended for the rest of the year.
And that's fair too.
Jarvis Landry had a point today, though. He was saying that everything was upheld with him. Pouncey got a game reduced, so instead of 3 games, it's 2 games. So if he got his reduced, why the Cleveland Brown player that pushed Rudolph after the fact, who got 1 game, why wasn't that rescinded? If you're gonna take Pouncey's from 3 to 2, and he kicked my man in the head and was punching on him,
he had a helmet on though.
but still he kicked him in the head.
He did.
I'm about saying, do you think that really make a difference?
Yeah.
It does make get kicked in the head with a helmet on, then get kicked in the head.
At the same time, if you
I'm
kick,
just saying,
but not if you kick with enough force to break that neck or whatnot.
I'm not saying that's not valid.
All I'm saying is the dude, whatever his name was, he pushed Mason Rudolph after the play, pushed him to the ground. He got a game. I mean, that's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's valid.
But he still, that game was he still has to do that one game.
Why the hell isn't Mason Rudolph suspended?
Well, that's your expertise right now.
We talked about it last week.
1 second. It's because he's a fucking white man. And he tried to pull that man helmet off first. And from where I come from, if you initiate, you get suspended.
I wouldn't even go that far. I would say because he's a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Hey, come on, man.
Well, we know.
No, Tone, I'm not taking a shot, but you know that unofficially, y'all are America's team.
That's true. I mean, you have a rapist at the helm.
Yes. You have a rapist and a racist.
Rapeless burger.
Come on, man.
Rapist and racist.
Can't argue with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a known rapist. Taking snaps.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's not the only thing he's taking.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
No, actually, it's not nice, but
Because he took it from college girls.
I'm not with that,
man.
man. I feel as if, Mason has to have some consequences, man.
I agree. Well, he did get fined.
But it was shown that he was trying to take my man's helmet off.
I mean,
It was shown that he came after him after the fact. After my man's got 300-pounder on him.
yeah.
Tyson defend him. He was like he ready to defend him.
No.
You've been very defensive today, man.
Johnny Cochran out this bitch.
I'm not defending the white dude because
the white.
That's the most biggest time. Fuck who he is. I'm not defending the white dude. Like, whoever the fuck he is.
But when it comes to with Mason Rudolph not getting more than what he got, it sucks ass. But the reason is because of the escalation. You know what I mean? Of how the shit went. Because granted, with Mason initiating all the extra shit, but it's like, when he got hit upside the head with a helmet, that took his, and not saying it's right, but that took his accountability from higher to way lower because of the fact it's like on some law shit where it's like, if you get an altercation where it's like, you get pushed and I smack you with a brick, I'm going to jail for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And accountability, even though it was even accountability at first, like, push and shoving, whoop-de-woo. And then I go upside here with a brick.
But at the same time, the man was coming for him.
Exactly. That's the
But
difference.
no, I mean...
we have to put it in context, though, man. It's a football game. And I think we can't say... We can't lose sight of the fact that it's okay, and I said this last week, it's okay to not be happy with Mason Rudolph not getting more of more than a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, he definitely should.
And being okay
you got to
with
slap
Myles
on
Garrett.
You got to slap on the head.
And being okay with Myles Garrett
Nice.
getting suspended for the rest of the year.
I'm
I'm
fine
okay
with that.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys that Mason and Rudolph definitely should have gotten more of suspension. I agree with that.
If I come for a police officer, even if I don't come for a police officer, if I live, but anyway, if I come for a police officer, he can shoot me. Perhaps Myles Garrett feared for himself when Mason Rudolph came at him. He was outnumbered. There were more Steelers around him than Browns. Mm-hmm. He reacted the only way that he could.
Well, maybe he should have put that argument together when he went to Roger.
He should have just had me, right?
Instead of saying he called me a nigga.
Well, Roger Goodell's a racist anyway, so it wouldn't have made any difference.
So
Is that a fact?
No, this is my opinion. I'm not going to try to parade that around like it's a fact. His track record kind of shows.
I guess I think Myles thought that was gonna stick though. He called me a nigga. Oh Lord, take all.
We don't believe it. You need more people. Nobody
and if your people don't come to your defense,
So he called you a nigger, eh?
If your man can't say he called
See you next year.
like your man's not gonna say he called you a nigga. even if he didn't hear it, like,
did you tell any of your
should've just
teammates?
backed you
yeah, like if we all out and one of y'all get to fight and be like, he called me a nigga, he called you a nigga then.
Right.
Whether I heard it or not, he called you a goddamn
Right.
nigga.
Oh, that's what you said happened? I got you.
And with the way
Teammates.
public opinion was going, like if you just mention that, it's gonna change the perception of everything, and people you probably don't get a whole year suspension
So why didn't anybody back him on it?
because it's not true.
And he mentioned it a week later. Like,
Well,
and you know what? After you suspended me, I do remember. I think he called me a nigga. Matter of fact, let me.
he said, Miles Garrett said, I know what I heard.
That's my story.
That was his response.
I'm flabbergasted, Bucko. He called me a nigga.
He did the ha ha. Now, it would have been funny after you said nigga, he'd be like, wow. He just called me a nigga. I ought to fight him. I ought to throw this helmet at his ass.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
should
funny
know.
motherfucker right there, boy.
Ha ha. Yeah, I think Desi's funny to him right now.
Right now, Desi's on a run.
Desi's funny.
Desi's on a run.
Are you a Desi fan, Desi Banks? Oh, you gotta.
Are you not a fan, or you just don't know who he is?
Desi in transition from the grandma and them stuff.
Okay, because there's a difference in I know who he is and I don't think he's funny. I just don't know.
Did
who
you
he
see
is.
the video where he was talking to the girl like she had broke up with him and he was trying to get back? And he was, that shit was so. He like, man, why you doing that? And like he was talking all fast. How dudes be when girls be leading them and shit.
That nigga funny. You need to check him out. That makes funny as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get. Come on, Tank.
Agreed.
What do you be looking at on Instagram?
Nothing.
Goddamn Love Jones or something? I don't know.
A lot of Love Jones
Love
talk on this
Jones.
show.
Because she be watching poetry and shit, so she be watching niggas do poetry all day.
Brother of the night.
I do not.
I don't know how you live your life.
Cannon to the left.
Nice.
Hey, look, in better news, man. Look, if you want to go to a Redskins game this weekend,
$4.
yeah,
Nigga, I can buy.
the beer is higher than the tickets.
How many goddamn tickets can I buy right now? I can buy 10 tickets right now. What's
Yeah.
up, squad?
Take
Everybody going to DC.
take the hood to the game, man. It's $4, man. You can't.
$4.
And I would actually say it's overpriced. I'm not. I'm not.
Being a Skins
I ain't even
fan.
mad you said it.
Wait, you like the Redskins?
Yeah.
Oh, Tyson, I
I'm
thought I liked
sorry.
you. I thought I liked you, young man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all right. I mean, they sucked for a while.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So,
I don't know about this bad though, man.
no, this is like bad, but yeah, they might be overpriced. But at least $4 is a respectable ballpark.
There you go.
$4. I mean,
I could go see a.
You go to a high school
Squirrels
game.
I'm about to say, what you
You can't get into a high school game for $4.
That's what I'm
I went to see
saying.
Ant Lee and it cost me $7.
For JV.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Lee Davis tickets is $7 right now.
And I'm willing to bet it still be mad empty seats.
Hey, before we move on, man. Fuck Lee Davis. Not the school, but the name.
I agree.
Let's get rid of that crap.
I agree.
Let's get rid of that, man.
Did they get rid of Jackson Davis?
Here's my take on the whole school thing, man. I don't care about the names of schools. My problem is the people that want to uphold it. Like, why? Why?
Well,
If the school is named that, it don't bother me. I went to JV store right here in Petersburg. Didn't bother me. But if somebody says I want to change the name, go ahead.
Hold on, JV Store. That's an elementary school, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you said it didn't bother you. I mean, back then you really.
you was eating cream.
I mean, even now, for me to say I went to JV Stewart, it doesn't bother me.
And that's a fair. I think Killer Mike had the best point on that to me. Because I do agree with you. Like, in the grand scheme of things, do I think about it? No, not at all. But he made the point, as a young black youth from an impoverished community, you're going to a school named after someone who directly oppressed their people. How does that help you to get out of your current situation? I was like, that's true.
But who put thought into that?
Who put thought into what?
Like, if you're a child going there, are you thinking about that?
But a lot of things are not thought about directly. A lot of things are subconscious. Like, a lot of shit is fed to you, and so you grow up with a certain perception of yourself and of your people.
Well, what school is Lee Davis the Confederates?
Yeah.
They are the Confederates.
Yep.
So let's say you're doing social studies, and they're talking about the Civil War, and there's the North versus South. The North was, the victors against slavery, supposedly, and
Something like that.
the name of your school is the Confederates. So it's being honored.
Yeah. I agree.
Like me in high school, the type of mind that I had, yes, I would have had an issue with that.
In high school?
In high school.
Okay. The type of mind that you had?
Yes.
It was a different from ours? Is that what he's saying?
First of all, y'all was in high school in the 80s. I don't know what the hell
Y'all
was trying to get Rakim tickets and Queen Latifah.
First of all, bitch, he over there drinking Similac and shit, his young ass.
Oh, man.
We're not old, man. We are all millennials, right? Yeah. Oh, we're what? Zennials?
How old are you?
We're that middle, like in between, man.
That
like
borderline.
Yeah, you're like the very first millennials.
Well, I take pride in that.
Yeah. And you should.
Yeah.
You know this age doesn't come up until you guys bring it up. I don't ever talk about your age.
Shit.
It was like an indirect shot.
Yeah.
It was not an indirect shot.
I don't be on Facebook. I be on Instagram.
That's not.
That really bothered me.
I didn't say it. I didn't say I don't be on Facebook.
You spoke on that twice.
You know what I'm saying? But that's also not what I said, which tells me you really have some insecurities.
Last week he asked to borrow my flip phone.
Jabs, man.
No, that's not.
Get your brick phone.
Hey, do I have to plug this up somewhere?
Yeah. He thought I had a rotary phone for the house phone.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Jabs, man.
Man, y'all not that old, man.
Speaking of shots, man, let's talk about this week. Deontay Wilder. Can we get an impression, Tyson?
To this day.
Fucking that Deontay Wilder or TD Jakes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh shit, that's good.
I can't. Whenever Tyson does, I can't tell if my joke was actually good or he's insulting me.
That's pretty.
That's
That's pretty funny.
Nah, nigga, you can do. It's okay if it's a bad one. Just tell me it's a bad one.
But Deontay's on another one this week, man. He's feeling himself. He's got a fight coming up.
Yeah.
But he's saying he's on his Will Smith, man. I think I could beat Mike Tyson.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's well played.
My throwback hip hop. I always got to throw something at Tyson.
Oh,
but
yeah. Appreciate that.
I'm opening up the floor, man. Is Wilder better than Tyson?
I'm not into none of that.
Do you know
who
Mike Tyson
is? Yeah, I know who Mike Tyson is.
You know Deontay Wilder. Exactly. There you go.
That
right
answers
there.
the question right there.
There you go. We don't even need to talk about it.
You know the meme. To this day.
No.
Oh, well.
What the hell do you do for real?
Write books, host.
Yeah. If it was a poetry judge, like, to this day.
It would have said,
To this day.
who's better, Laura Hill, Hurston, or whatever her name is, and Maya Angelou and
Langston
Who's the
Hughes.
person you was trying to say?
Laura, what's her name? Laura Neil Hurston? That's correct, right? Yes.
He's better than me.
My favorite poet.
I was gonna say-
Giovanni though.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just going to say one fish, two fish.
Red fish, blue fish.
Knick knack, paddywhack.
Yeah, baby.
But getting back to Mr. To This Day, man. My brother, like I respect what you saying for our people, and I respect your record right now. But we're not in the times of great heavyweights.
Right.
No.
We're really not.
Right.
It's laughable.
Name 3 heavyweights.
You sound like Biggie and Ready to Die, man. He hit the weed, man.
You alright, man?
Pardon me. Yeah. That's just the whole
His
thought
Similac
that
went down wrong.
Yeah, wrong
First
fight.
of all, nigga, you right with me. Don't do that.
Mm-mm.
I'm ahead of you though.
You.
Uh-oh.
That's
I'm winning this race.
We'll do this
Ahead of you.
right now?
Little squabble going on. But
I'm gonna call your mom after this.
I'm showing.
I don't. If you put Deontay back in 1986 and put him up against 20-year-old Mike Tyson, hungry, trained by Gus D'Amato.
Fresh off.
There's nobody in this world that want to see Mike Tyson
In 1986.
without a doubt. Man was, I don't think there was a scarier fighter ever. If you can pick a time period.
I don't disagree with you, man. Like we were talking about
The
it.
man
before
bit
the
off
show.
an ear.
He bit off a goddamn ear.
And that was a tame Tyson. I think the 86 Tyson was just, he was a monster, man. My man said he was trying to put his fist through your head.
But he also had technical skills.
Fuck all that.
No.
I mean,
No.
I get you. He has the skill, but that man, his power
Yeah, I mean,
He's not really a big dude, to tell the truth.
but Wilder got power too. But no, he got power. Like I'm not gonna shit on his power.
He's a heavyweight. I mean, so
He
he should
can't
have power.
fucking fight though.
Do you think his punches are more ferocious than Mike in '86?
More? No. But I'm just saying, his power isn't what's in question for me.
He has those.
If he catch your ass, you gon' drop.
But Mike used to come up like that.
Because Mike had, that's my point.
Yeah.
Mike had technique as well. DeAndre Wilder has zero fighting technique. It's literally, I'm big as shit and I will knock you the fuck out.
I don't think Deontay could beat Apollo Creed.
Living in America.
Don't sleep. Hey, Apollo was nice.
I mean,
Just talk too damn
He
much.
won't nice enough.
I mean, motherfuckers on steroids. We can't control that. Drago was the baddest motherfucker I ever
Rest in
seen.
peace, Apollo Creed.
I ain't never seen nobody better than Drago.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
If he dies, he dies.
That's what DeAndre Wilder said. He said he trying to kill somebody in the ring multiple times.
Oh, he's trying to sell tickets. Drago was about that life.
Yeah.
He invented the line.
And he did it.
Yeah.
I mean, he backed that shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know anything more. If he dies, he dies. I mean, I thought Rocky should have shot him after that.
I don't want to fight you, nigga.
Yeah, he going to Russia running in the snow. You got to shoot somebody like that, man.
Smoke that nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Billy Blanks him.
Yeah.
Last boy.
Shout out Billy Blanks.
Fucking classic.
No doubt.
Did Billy pass? Is Billy still around?
I think Billy's still kicking.
I think.
Yeah.
He's still kicking. That's pretty good. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was natural. I didn't name for it. Yeah.
Billy's still kicking, man.
Now I gotta look it up to this.
I know.
Well, let's
Don't
slow
look on
it.
Facebook. They kill people every day that's still alive.
No,
Rock died 2 weeks ago.
on Facebook they share people passed away 3 years ago and they share it.
Like it's new.
And I mean, don't check this shit to nothing, man. I saw somebody else posting that Betty White died, 83. Hey, she like 87 years old now.
I seen somebody post
97 years old.
Maybe she died and came back.
Come on, man.
Betty's still living her life,
still
man.
on Golden Girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, 83, man.
She's living her life.
Smoking weed.
I think
don't
that
fact check no more.
somebody shared the other day. They said that Martin Luther King had passed. That's how behind they are.
R.I.P. Reverend King.
Oh man.
That wasn't a shot at Martin. That was a shot at the people who were just late. They just
Yeah.
they woke though. They share a post, man. Hey, let me change it up, man. Tommy, y'all remember Tommy the dog?
Oh, I thought you talking about.
I ain't know if you were talking about Martin or
I thought you
Power.
were talking about Power.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
which one
me
you
too.
Got a couple different times.
Yeah. You gotta be specific.
Yeah.
Well, let me
You talking about
finish.
Tommy the dog?
Yeah, let me finish. The important Tommy, supposedly. Tommy the dog is getting the license plate, man. Now, you know, I got to Steve Harvey this one right quick. I got sponsors. Before we get a little too heavy with this one, man.
This may offend some white people.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's what I'm talking about, Tyson.
I don't know.
Don't let me be the only one.
He said it, then
You
look
know,
at
you
the
know,
alley.
for me to say the words
Back
right.
to pet lovers, you know.
No, when he said it, he was like,
They leave me out here to die
he
with
do it
that
to
shit.
you though. He was like,
This is your thing, right? That's you. That's you.
you gonna take credit for
Yeah.
that?
You're usually the one criticizing the whites.
Yo. That's good stuff. But no, my bad. Go ahead.
Nigga, is it good stuff or not?
No, it is really.
How do you feel about it?
Oh no, I mean, I feel that white people treat their pets too highly. That's facts. That's not really an opinion. Like they
I have a couple of animals. I'm an animal lover.
You let them paw print your cookies?
I'm sorry?
Do you let them paw print your cookies?
do you kiss them in the mouth?
Both of those sounded very gay. I'm sorry.
That's how the game is fun.
Okay, no disclaimer.
Look, I'm trying. I just told you I got sponsors. Now we got fucking pets, and now the LG. What's the acronym?
middle piece.
Now you got everybody coming at me, man.
Let me rephrase that question. If you were to bake cookies in your home, would you let your dog put his paw print in it as decoration on said cookie?
Hell no.
Because someone on Facebook definitely did, because I saw it. And she thought saying, oh, we definitely washed his paw beforehand, sufficed. You can go to hell.
I think that in general, man, there's some people out there that
No, not white people.
that love their pets, man. And I think too often we value the lives of pets and animals more than we do, human beings.
So you really gonna do this? You not gonna?
Hold on.
All right, hold on.
I feel like a pet is like a child, though.
Hey,
So,
I almost called you by your real name, dog. You can leave. Like, no bullshit. You can leave.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna treat my dog better than my son or my daughter.
No,
but
no,
I'm
no,
just
no, no,
saying
no.
that becomes my third child.
See, that's the problem. The way he said it, you didn't get what he was really trying to say. White people, they value the lives of animals more than black human beings who die at the hands of police brutality. Is what he was really getting at.
All right, now let me interject right.
And I'll just say people in general. White people will put their pets before, especially black folks, but people in general. But it's just a thing with white people.
Did I say something wrong?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just allow me to get in here right quick. I'm not playing cleanup. I'm being real.
I appreciate it. Don't you do it.
No, I don't have the Ajax.
Yeah, okay.
But since I became a animal owner, I've become very sensitive when it comes to animals, man. It was a dog, little puppy running around the neighborhood, and I actually stopped my car and tried to go get him. And I did. I was like, I didn't know. I figured the dog was lost. This is
Fuck, are you a housewife?
this ain't this is not the old Snuff, man. I don't know where it came from, man. And sometimes like your dogs will look at you, man. You can see you remember you used to see those commercials back in the SPCA, the dogs be looking all hurt in the face or whatnot. Yeah. And you can just see it in their face, man. Like that dog wants to get out and have a little fun.
So what ended up happening with that?
Did you
Did you get the
I couldn't catch him, but I called the police.
He was out on your ass?
I called the police.
Hope the non-emergency number.
Yes, no, I called 911. I don't know the non-emergency number.
I'm glad you probably saved the nigga from dying. So,
Huh?
That's good. Because you got 911 on that call, you saved a black life.
What happened?
But what happened was, of course, they asked me who I was. I didn't say who I was.
Did you use your phone voice?
I used my dog lover voice.
Oh man, I'm sure they were here in no time.
Yeah. And what happened was nobody showed. And I don't know what happened to the dog, man.
How long did you wait?
I waited a while. I felt a way. I couldn't find him. He disappeared.
Oh.
And then I was a little hurt by it, man.
They realized you were black still.
Yeah. Wait, what's his address?
They realized you were black still.
They do that, though.
What's his address?
I didn't say it was a pit. Let me stop. The views of Snuff Magee do not represent.
What kind of dog was it, sir? Oh, he's all right.
Yeah. Nice.
Nah, dogs do. Even me, we talked about before. You guys had the privilege of having pets. I've never had an actual pet, but once there was a stray dog in my apartment complex, and my lady, she loves animals, and she brought him in the house, and the dog liked me. It was the first dog that ever liked me. So I fed it, and
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I gave him water.
What kind of food you was getting?
Do you really want to know the answer to that?
You just getting them leftovers.
I definitely gave him chicken.
Whatever he was eating.
It was my dinner. What?
Hold on. First of all, we from the country.
I'm about to say, what you feed your dog?
We gave dogs string beans before. What you say?
String beans. No, I gave the dog some chicken, and he enjoyed it. And he followed me everywhere I went in my.
Of course, you fed him.
Yeah,
he was homeless.
He won't bark in, none of that shit. And I actually
He
called
was homeless. He was like,
Hey, don't mind him. He ain't had no dog.
Oh, okay.
But did you gave him cooked chicken or raw chicken?
It was cooked.
Oh, wow.
I had already made it for supper. I had already made it for supper.
No, dogs can eat raw chicken.
Yeah, I saw it on the video.
Yeah,
earlier
they eat raw chicken.
Yeah.
They can't eat the cooked chicken because the bones will break up or whatever.
No, he ate that. He ate that.
I mean, it's not good for
I don't
him.
know. I want to get a dog raw.
Now, what kind of chicken was it? Golden skillet or?
No, it was homemade. I made that.
Oh, Lord.
I fried that
it
bad
up
boy.
and then fed to him. Broke it up.
I had fried it up prior to him coming to.
That's
No,
that's love.
what you talking about? Why would you say that?
You trying to say he can't cook?
Choked on the bone and died.
Hold on, first of all,
I love
if you want to see my cooking skills, you can follow me at Big
Yeah.
Dog Bites on Instagram. BIGBAWGBITEZ. My food game is known. Don't you? I almost called you by your real name again. That's
So what happened with this dog?
So I called the non-emergency number.
Did you have that on file or did you have to look it up?
I Googled it.
Okay.
I Googled it. That's the only time I've.
You sure it wasn't? It wasn't any contacts?
I promise that's the only time I've ever called the police in my
You got
life.
that magnet up on your refrigerator.
the only time I've ever called the police in my life.
Speed dial. What, number two?
I
Number
called the
two?
non-emergency number.
Okay.
And they came, and turns out it was one of my neighbor's dogs, but she had like 20 of them. She was unfit, and they took him to a shelter.
No, they took him and put him down.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't
So
going to
why you
adopt
ain't
him.
just keep it if
Nah,
you was
fuck that.
falling
That's
in love
cost too
with
much
the
money,
dog?
my nigga. Like,
We
nah.
telling dog stories.
Y'all was
man.
sharing chicken. Y'all was
For
barking.
one night.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing.
You fed him for one night. Y'all became friends. You got rid of him.
You had a one night stand with the dog?
Sure did. Sure did.
I won't tell a soul.
I made him a little bed in the apartment. I had a nice little
What you
comforter
make him a
that
bed for? You
Just
tried to
in-
make him feel
just
like he
in
was
case he had
welcome
to stay
kick
the
him
night.
out.
Oh, you was ready, man.
Yeah.
You was ready.
I couldn't have went past the night, I don't think.
Oh, you could have.
Yeah, you would have had him for a lifetime.
He make too much noise.
Oh man, you said he
I
won't
thought you said he
bark.
wasn't barking.
No, dogs in general make too much noise.
Oh,
So
man,
eventually
you-
he would have barked.
You ain't give him an opportunity.
Yeah.
He would have barked.
Speaking of dog stories,
Probably would have
man,
saved your life.
we
Yeah.
I
Am I
had
dead?
one. I had my neighbor, man. I had a neighbor that tried to steal our dog.
Shit.
We had a little, we had a Dachshund, dash hand, whatever you want to call it. And I ain't lying. When you have a dog, like you said, it becomes part of the family, man. So my wife was home and let the dog out. He ran out the back, and she couldn't find him. So I'm at work. I can't find him. So I come home, leave work early and everything, cause
Cause your kid
That's
was
my kid.
it's my dog, man. So we get home.
You make me sick.
And I did all the stuff, the textbook stuff. I made a little sign, got his picture on it, putting it around the neighborhood and shit, man. Missing dog, you find him, call us or whatever. So it's getting dark now. You feel like it get dark. You ain't gonna find him, man.
You know, start running when we did it.
Yeah, man,
Eyes
like,
got a little.
dang, man,
Eyes
Rusty
start
gone, man.
sweating.
Rusty gone. So about this time, lady coming down the hill, walking the dog, got the flyer in the hand, balled up.
Wait, walking the mother?
Walking the
Your dog?
My dog.
Bitch,
Look,
We a dog walking.
man, I'm outside. And I'm like, I'm looking. I'm like,
Oh no.
Rusty. Rusty started jumping up. And said, "Oh, this is your dog."
So what was she doing? Babysitting for
She
you?
said she found him and took him in. I'm like, you found him? She had to see us have the dog before,
Time out.
and then you had the joint balled up in your hand, so she had the flyer, probably taking the joint down like, oh, I don't want nobody to see him. And how you gonna hide the dog when I had
She
the
was
address
walking
on
him. So did he have a lead on when he left the house?
No,
So she got him a lead.
she had a leash.
Okay.
Had a leash. How you gonna steal somebody's dog across the street from you? What you
should've-
think I ain't gonna see the dog?
You should have got your wife to
Wow.
slap that bitch.
I don't tell the dog
You should
right, bro.
Hey, baby!
How long ago was this? How long ago was this?
This was we were living in East End, so like about 10, 12 years
So,
ago.
and this is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Was she treating the dog better than y'all were?
I'll say
Probably
this.
not, because she was pretty happy to
Did
see
you
him.
do that dog to get service? Is what he said.
She had numerous pets in her house.
Okay.
What kind?
So he had friends.
She had friends.
Hold on, what kind of pets was it? Though?
She had little dogs, man. But she had some cats and stuff. She ain't just one of them people.
So it was a.
I got a friend that's like that. He got a whole room just for all of his pets.
But
That's just
And all all y'all had was just one dog, and you took him away from like a community.
So he said you was selfish.
I'm just saying.
You took him away from me.
No, I'm just saying it was a
darkest shit.
it was a habitat, man.
I'm on that lady team now.
He built it up though. He was like,
he did.
how was she treating him?
No, I'm just saying that
Get my better. They'll raise them.
it makes me think Homeward Bound, man.
Shout out Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, I'm watching again. Matter of fact, I got caught this week, man. I was at work watching X-Men season 1 cartoon, and an older black guy was like, "You watch a cartoon?" I said, "Yeah." It was no shame in my game.
Mind your business, old ass
Yeah,
nigga.
You didn't
This is
have
like
Like,
watching
it was
what's happening.
It was
with your
episode
old ass.
when Cable was on that joint, man. And I was into it. I watched maybe like 2 or 3.
What's your favorite X-Men?
My favorite?
Yeah.
I'm Black Wolverine. Come on now.
So, Wolverine is my favorite, but Gambit is a super close second.
And 90% of black people only know Wolverine.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know Gambit?
No, nigga.
He threw cards, nigga. He played spades with niggas.
Okay.
No, if he played,
100 black people.
yeah, if it was Midwest, then black people would love it.
Ask Facebook.
Gambit was dope.
Y'all don't know Gambit? Like, y'all know real niggas like...
Yes, I know all the
I'm just saying, like, he had the
I
same
heard
shit
of
that
it.
LeVar Burton had on Star Trek.
I heard of it
And
when
that
you
supposed to
said
make
it.
people.
Thank you.
When you said it.
pretty. I mean,
Smell.
What he say?
I called her my real name actually. She been pushing me too far. Yeah, I've been knowing you since '96. Now cut it out. Now.
Oh man.
I tell them how you used to be.
Oh Lord, so y'all were born in '96?
Nah,
No.
she was born before. I was born in '91.
Yeah, he was
90.
96.
I was born in '91.
Literally born in the '90s.
Yeah.
I
90s
wasn't.
babies for real.
I wasn't.
And you
Don't
put me
say
on
baby,
this show. What that say
I
about you?
guess, because I'm not in that
I
category.
mean, you know, reach one, teach one, man. You know,
That's right, giving back.
Hey,
Yeah.
real shit. Watch, I'm about to do something that makes Snuff uncomfortable, right? Real shit. I do look to y'all for that type of inspiration and that type of guidance. I really appreciate all you great black men guiding me on a weekly basis. Like, I look up to all three of you guys.
I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man. That's what
I
we
really
try to
appreciate
do.
it.
You
Yeah,
know, give
especially you, actually.
back. Yeah, but thank you.
I remember the first time I met T-Von.
Oh, hey, man, what are you trying to do here?
I'm just saying.
He was like, yeah, come back.
you see me scrolling over there.
Yeah. Hey, we weren't working on you, so I had to find somebody else. I found out he had a podcast called Yes, We're Articulate. And I said,
Thanks
you
for
know
the
what?
plug.
I don't think I'm going to show up tonight. I don't think I'm ready for that. And this young man, he was able to bring me in, and it worked out so well. He used to be a teacher. He should have been a guidance counselor.
He does have.
Young Joe Clark right
Yeah,
there.
he has little Joe Clark to him, man.
Oh, wow.
And Tyson used to be in Wu-Tang.
Joe Clark. The first time he called that. Appreciate
Tyson
it.
was the 77th member of Wu-Tang.
Actually, he isn't Joe Clark. He's Mr. Levias. He's Mr. Clark's boss. Remember? Now he had the power. Remember he said, I'm the head nigga in
Yeah.
charge.
Talking about Benson.
Yeah. Come on, let's get
Oh,
something to
nigga
eat.
Benson.
Shout out to Ben.
So disrespectful.
Oh, nigga Benson.
Yeah. That motherfucker's in charge of the
We
goddamn.
talking about when he had the most power.
Yeah, he was in charge of the school board.
Y'all shut up, man. Y'all know that's what y'all
That
know
nigga
for, man.
said Benson.
Actually, he's the dad for Meteor Man. I mean,
That's true.
Ah,
That's
nice.
true.
Another power
That's true.
position.
Huh?
All he knows him as his Benson.
Charles Gilliam. What? Yeah, Gilliam, right? That guy's name.
That's
Yeah,
like-
Robert Gillian.
Robert Gilliam, man.
That's like,
Charles. Look at Charles.
like James Avery. Y'all know him as Uncle Phil. I know him as Shredder. That's just me.
Damn.
Yeah, he was Shredder. That's crazy. Uncle Phil was Shredder.
Little tribute for this brought it before your time.
Rest
too.
in peace.
You remember
Yeah,
Ninja Turtle cartoon
First
back in the
things
day?
first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
April O'Neil.
Yeah. April O'Neil.
With that yellow.
Yeah.
April, you know, she won't for a cartoon, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, the best.
What's the baddest cartoon?
That's what I was about to go there with
Yeah.
you, man.
What's the baddest cartoon?
I already got this. I'm gonna say motherfucking Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah,
Roger
Jessica Rabbit.
Nope.
Who? Tell him, who you got?
Miss Sita from BET.
Man, that's not a fucking cartoon.
Why she got a cartoon?
Animatronic.
It's not.
It's an
Count,
animatronic.
man.
All right, if she don't count, then Mrs. Incredible.
She like some Pixar shit.
Mrs. Incredible is super flexible and she got a fat ass. So,
I got another one.
I said Lois from Family Guy.
ooh, that's not a bad pickup. Actually, that's not a bad pickup.
I got another one that will be a top contender. Fucking Cool World. The shorty from Cool World.
Oh, Kim Basic.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Kim Basic.
Yeah.
What you got, T-Von?
Cool World. That's pretty
Oh,
good,
hey,
man.
Some real old school shit.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Y'all, this is not something to think about every day.
At all.
Seems like y'all was prepared for this.
Yeah.
I was
they
very
practiced
prepared.
Hey,
I still think Sita qualified. So,
she could dance.
She was annoying,
She could
man.
dance.
Sita had a big booty, man. Fuck what you talking
You
about.
see, she
But
could
she
dance. She
wasn't
do that joint dance.
Yeah.
Cartoon,
Dance.
but see,
gonna do the dance.
What qualifies a cartoon?
I want to
list?
see that shit. You can do
not
that.
3D because like with
He
Sid,
was about to.
like,
He was about
He
to.
was just start rocking. I was
you know, with our
like,
examples, they
she's
like,
doing
you know,
that
cartoons.
They having a deep conversation about this shit.
Side little sign combo.
Yeah, y'all talk about that after the show.
I'm sure see the shit
Top
they be on
five.
XNXX. You can check it out.
Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what that is.
Very inside, man. But I will.
not real believable.
I'm just saying, you find in my phone history, that just means.
But
somebody else had my
I will
phone.
say this. I appreciate it.
I was looking up out.
I appreciate
Nice.
Hey, look, if you.
it. To whom it may concern.
Yeah, you know, if you by yourself, XNXX, man, it'll get you right. Enjoy your
man.
night.
To
Praise
whom,
God.
To whom it may concern.
Praise
Oh,
God.
man.
How
Goodness
shout out that
gracious.
bullshit.
Won't he do it?
Yo.
Artist, female cartoon. Yeah, I gotta think about that.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Before we end the show, man, we got a segment. Tink's not going to participate because, you know, that's just not what she does.
Trash.
We have. Hey, Tink, can I get your undivided, please?
I got you.
We have a top 10 hip hop albums. And we talked about this last week, and these guys actually did it, and I didn't. So I had to come with it real fast. So this is subject to change. Very subject to change, man.
We were just talking about XX and XX, and this nigga I had to come with it real fast. It just fucked me up. Man.
That's hilarious.
You still on that, man.
Yeah, man.
I was actually still on it.
We both laughed. They fucked me up.
Well, I was laughing at that, and I was still on the dog thing because...
Wait a minute!
Tyson is always 2 hours behind.
Hey, man, what are you comparing?
No, because he was talking about the Tommy with the white people shit, with the Tommy the dog thing.
We was talking about that Wednesday, dog. Hey, top 10 hip hop albums. Tyson, give me your top 10, man.
All right, man. I want to talk about white people and their pets more, but that's all right. Because they do go over
fucking
the top.
much.
You got some stuff on the show you need to get off.
Yeah, but you get it off Wednesday when we talking about it Wednesday, dog. Come on, like.
All right, man, my bad. Fuck it. All right, here's my...
We'll come back to it. Yeah. But I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
With this top 10 guy.
Once this camera
talk about dogs.
And your first album better not be Doggy Style. How about that?
His first album's gonna be Enter the Woo.
It could be dog food by the Dog Pound.
Hey, that's a good album. Fuck what you heard.
Dog food?
Yeah.
I know about it, yeah.
That's a good album, bro.
Doggy Style was a great album.
Doggy Style was a great album, too.
That's fucking classic, definitely. All right, my top 10 going from 10 to 1.
Hold on, why do you got pages?
This nigga wrote it in the he wrote this shit in the composition book.
Yeah. Do you got like stuff beside it? Like, why is you?
He took it to heart when we said it last week, man.
He could not wait to get this shit done. He's been working on this since last time.
You got a thesis for this.
All right, come on, top 10, Tyson. Let's go.
Oh man, all right. So number 10. Now I'm gonna qualify this shit. This is my personal.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it is.
I wish y'all niggas could see the paper right now. How many like scratch outs he had versus the actual list.
That's welcome. Oh man. So all right. So this is my personal top 10, based on obviously how I feel about music and shit.
The RZA. The just
That man gets list off.
Come on.
My bad. Go ahead.
Oh man! All right, so number 10, I'm starting with Mobb Deep Hell on Earth album.
Okay.
All right, 9 is going to be Wu-Tang Into the 36 Chambers.
Okay.
All right, 8 DMX's Dark and Hell is Hot. Number 7, AZ Do or Die.
Okay.
6 is Common B album.
Okay. Hey. Okay.
5 is Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor. It's his debut joint. Number 4, this is a sleeper, but again, this is my shit. Camp Low, Uptown Saturday Night.
Oh, man. That's on. It's you, son of a bitch.
Number 3, Biggie, Ready to Die. 2, Nas Illmatic, and I gotta with my number 1. I gotta go with Whole Reasonable Doubt. So that's my lineup.
That's very respectable list.
That's a very classic hip hop.
Very respectable.
I told you that's how it was going to be.
Very 90s.
We both knew.
Very 90s. All right, Kel, what's your number 1, man?
I don't want to go next.
No, Kel, you're up next, man.
I don't want to go next only because mine is not an actual top 10 because I couldn't come up with a top 10.
That's magnificent with that, man.
Okay, well, mine is not a top 10. Mine is just 10 of my favorite albums.
So Lil Bow Wow.
Oh, that was shots fired.
What? Y'all are young, right?
And you can see me after this.
Who
Why?
ever categorized Bow
You don't
Wow as a favorite rapper?
You don't like Bow Wow?
I've never had a Bow Wow album in my life.
As a favorite rapper?
But I bet you
As a
watch like
favorite
Mike,
album?
didn't you?
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
Like Mike.
Top 10, man.
All right, not top 10. Well, because people will jump on you. Oh, well, that's your top 10. No, it's not my top 10. It's just 10 of my favorite albums that I thought of 10 minutes before we started recording. All right. It's Dark and Hell is Hot by Darkman X.
Oh, this bitch.
Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, also by Darkman X.
So is that 10 and 9 or just 2 of them?
Just 2 of them.
Okay.
The Block is Hot by Dwayne Michael Carter Jr.
What are we doing?
Hey, don't judge me. Illmatic by Nasir Jones.
He is really doing it.
Yeah.
Lights Out, also
Government name.
by Dwayne Michael Carter Jr.
All right, man.
I don't know the.
You could just say Weezy baby. Please say the baby.
Guess what? I don't know the government of the next person, so Mr. Don't Play by Project Pat.
Something Houston. Something Houston, ain't it?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
His Social Security card says Project Pat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah. Blunt to my lips.
That is nigga. So never mind. I'll talk about it after the show.
Now, which Project Pat was it now?
Mr. Don't Play.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's cool.
Getty Green will make my top 20, but Mr. Don't Play is in my top 10 probably. Blueprint by Jay. That's my favorite Hove album personally.
Okay.
400 Degrees. This is gonna be probably a shocker to you older guys. Paid in Full is in my top 10.
The soundtrack?
Or the movie?
Oh.
No.
No, the
The
original.
Rakim album.
The Rakim?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that is a surprise. I didn't
that's
expect
dope.
that.
Yeah.
Good.
Fuck y'all.
I didn't think you would. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think you.
I'll be honest with you, brother. I can sing every song off that album.
I would tell you this: the most underrated album of all time
Ain't no
is
joke.
the Juice soundtrack.
Yes, it is.
The most underrated album of all time is East 1999 Eternal by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Is that on your list? Keep going.
It's not on my list.
That album was like several times platinum.
Can't be underrated.
But when do people ever bring it up when they're talking about your
When somebody dies.
But you didn't put it in your top 10.
this? Once again, it's not my top 10. This is 10 of my
you
favorite
didn't put
albums
it in your 10 either.
because there were so many.
Okay,
I
it's
couldn't do it.
okay.
I did it 10 minutes before.
Hey, she's coming for you. What's her real name again?
Brittany, look.
Oh man.
You're supposed to be my friend. I brought you
I
here.
got you.
Okay.
We're friends. Tell you the truth about yourself.
That's a fact, Jack. And finally, the documentary.
The Game.
Game album.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 of my
That-
favorite albums.
All right.
All right.
That is a good one, sir. Yeah.
Brother Tone.
All right. So this is my 10 in no particular order.
Black
Somewhat of an order, but
Y'all do a lot of cleaning before y'all come with y'all.
Because we did these right before we
Yeah,
started recording.
yeah.
Unlike Tyson, who did it last Tuesday.
so
He the only person that's
He went through his discography that he had at home.
You got a pen in the pad for real.
Yeah,
I'll start at the bottom, work my way up.
All right.
So I had my number 10 was Muddy Waters, Redman.
Reggie Noble, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That's a classic.
I feel bad.
9 I had B, Common.
That is a fantastic album.
8 Uptown Saturday Night, Can't Play.
That's in my.
All three of y'all had that for real? That's crazy.
I got it at 6.
7 Things Fall Apart for Roots.
Okay.
I knew you would have Black Though older roots than yours.
6 The Minstrel Show. Little brother.
I'm going to make my way.
Number
around.
10.
I got it.
Number 10.
Look, he right.
Look, number 10.
Yes, sir.
Number 5. Ooh, just named it.
Hold on, is that Tyson? Don't ever do that again. Look, we don't get out of seats on the
Hey,
Rebels.
I had to on
Number 5
on
was
that
just
one.
named the top album of the decade. My Beautiful Dark Untwisted Fantasy, Kanye.
Okay, yes.
Love that album.
It's not in my top 10, but I love that
Are
album.
you fucking
It is my
serious?
favorite Kanye album.
Oh, we're going to talk about this after we start recording.
Number 4, The Blueprint. Hope.
There we go.
Number 3, Black on Both Sides. Most doubt.
That's a good album.
Bastard.
Number
a good
2,
album.
Reasonable Doubt. And my number 1 is Like Water for Chocolate, Common. Love that album.
That's probably my third favorite Common album.
You like One Day All Makes Sense. Yeah. I can deal
B's
with
my
that.
favorite, though.
Yeah, B's good.
Yeah.
But I like the whole 99 to like 2001, the whole Soulquarians thing, Roots, D'Angelo, Erykah Badu, Common. That was my era.
I'm a
dog.
fan. I'm a fan.
B was in that Jay Dilla type Questlove stuff right there.
Can we do next week producers? Oh, man.
That would be tough.
Can we do producers?
Yeah, we can
next
do
week?
that.
Only if Tink is going to be a part of this. You know, she thinks she's too good for the
I'll be at the Nutty Buttery.
Where is?
Pause.
I asked you earlier. Where
I'll
is
be at the Nutty Buttery.
this nutty butter?
701 West Clay Street.
That sounds like a sex act.
It does. Ours are vaginas.
I mean, this is how she said that.
The nutty buttery.
That's why I've been.
That's why I said pause.
I mean, and she said it's called the raw,
No, it's called the Melting Pot.
so no rubbers.
Oh,
man.
No.
My brand is
Hey, your
raw.
top 10.
Yeah, truffle butter.
That's how I got the baby.
We got sponsors.
My bad.
All right, my top 10. Okay, a lot of these
You
y'all
going
already
bottom
heard.
to top or top to bottom?
I'm going bottom to top.
Okay.
All right. Number 10, I got Little Brother, The Minstrel Show. Number 9, I got Aquemini.
That is a good
that's
one.
a good one.
Overlooked.
Yeah.
They had some good albums.
8, I got All Eyes on Me. It was a double album.
First,
Absolutely.
Tupac.
Fresh out of jail.
Yeah. Fire too.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. Fire
Ambitious
too.
as a rider. He came hard with that.
Fucking
joint, man.
Daz. We gonna get the producers next week.
Yeah. 7, Supreme Clientele. 6, Camp Low, Uptown Saturday Night. 5, I got Wu-Tang. You can go either or for real. You can go 36 Chambers or you can go Wu-Tang Forever. Both of them.
I would Wu-Tang Forever.
4, I got Illmatic. 3, I got Black on Both Sides. 2, I have The Chronic. And 1, I have Ready to Die.
Quality list from everybody. I give you that. I give you that.
Absolutely.
I give you that.
Yeah.
And we talked about it was going to be all albums, and there's nothing in here from the past 10 years.
My Beautiful Dark.
Even
That was 2009, dog.
Yeah, that barely made it.
even mine is not.
Yeah.
Classic. That's crazy.
Yeah. It shows the quality of hip hop today.
Well, I think that, it also shows that we value
Talent.
over time.
There's only two albums from the last 10 years that I probably could include. Good Kid, Mad City,
Yeah.
and goddamn Wale joint that I can't think of the name of right now.
What, the album about nothing?
Yeah, I'm about nothing. Yeah,
I mean, they're good artists.
I can
today.
include those.
They're some decent. I mean, it's
Wale's
pretty good
my
albums.
favorite
It's
rapper.
pretty
That's
good
why I said
albums
I
out
can
there.
include that.
I just when you think about holistically, think about hip hop, man. I couldn't put anything in there that was recent. But Kendrick puts out quality albums every time.
I will say that Chris Brown joint, the one with the 55 tracks.
That ain't hip hop.
But
Hey, he's right. He does everything.
51 of them were good.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
Remember I told you I drove to DC and I didn't finish the album.
Yeah.
Stuck in traffic and everything.
See Breezy, man.
So I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. You had one that I hadn't heard of. Can you do like a quick dry run of your list right quick? From the bottom up.
Aquemini, All Eyes on Me, Supreme Clientele, Camp Low, Wu-Tang, Illmatic, Black on Both Sides, Chronic, Ready to Die. Little Brother, Minstrel Show.
Yeah, that was the one. I gotta check.
Hey, brother, change.
I'm familiar with Little Brother, but I'm not familiar with the album.
How Stan do that joint? Change your life.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Because at least two. Did all three of y'all have it or just two?
I had it.
They had it.
Yeah.
I'm about to say at least two of y'all had it. I'm gonna check that one
But
out.
Tyson fucked it up. He wanted to have it too.
Yeah.
Is it in your top 10?
No,
It's not. It's not.
I mean, dude.
Oh yeah, you did.
I'm
You
gonna
did
be
homework.
honest.
Yeah.
I'm surprised me and you were the only ones who had Illmatic in
I
it.
mean, I loved that
I love
album.
Illmatic.
Illmatic is.
You know, I was
might
actually.
be number one
I actually
for me.
was. It was a toss up between that and Stillmatic. I like both of those albums, Joe.
Nigga,
With
Illmatic
Nas.
is definitely better than
But
Stillmatic.
Illmatic with the production, I think, is better.
And with goddamn the Asiatic.
Yeah, AZ's verse. My favorite. I didn't have Hove on this joint. It was no disrespect to Hove, but I mean these are my favorites. I think my favorite Hove album is probably between Reasonable Doubt and the Black Album.
Black Album is my favorite.
I love
Black
Black
Album-
Album. but
Blueprint's my favorite
Blueprint is
Black
my-
Album.
That's my
Yeah,
shit.
man.
I like-
Blueprint, man.
I like that
it's
song,
different.
Allure. They joint with Pharrell.
Yeah, that's
my
one
shit.
of my favorite.
I love the Black Album.
Yeah, that song. I just rock with that song.
That's one of Pharrell's best beats right there, man. That joint, that's my vibe out joint right there. That Allure joint.
I hit that bitch on repeat.
My favorite Pharrell joint is a Jay-Z
don't
song.
know
though.
why.
It's I Know. That's my favorite Pharrell beat. For some reason, it just sticks with me.
When he be
somehow.
dropping the bombs on that
Yeah,
joint.
like it just sticks with me. I don't know why. It sticks with me every time.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jay was
I don't know.
Jay was.
it's not
talking
necessarily my
about that.
favorite song, but that beat just sticks with me when it comes to Hov.
Yeah, also we didn't have the purple tape on there either. But you know,
That is surprising that
did.
at least you two didn't have it.
Yeah.
I just like Spring.
It was some
Clientele.
tough cuts, man. You know, it was tough.
Like
man.
I said, mine
You went
wasn't
to
necessarily
20,
my top
You
10.
probably would see those. You went to top 20. You saw those.
Yeah, because
But,
Little Brother album, that's fucking amazing. That
I'm about to
album is-
listen to that like today,
Yeah,
tonight.
please do. Please do.
You listen to it going around the road and you be like, yo, it's
Shout
nice,
out to
man.
Ninth Wonder.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Whole
That
album?
dude is bonkers.
Whole
man.
album.
What, Ninth Wonder?
Yeah.
That was. He was part
Yes,
of the
that's
group.
that.
That was the
crew.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like I'm not super
You like
familiar.
you like Foreign Exchange?
Yeah.
That's Fonte.
Okay.
That's how I got on the foreign exchange, because I listened to Little Brother, and then he got with my man, the producer.
I want to say, Tyson, either you or Rail put me on that joint. You or
The
Rail, the Little Brother joint from back in the day.
It's my stuff right there, man.
I know this ain't necessarily what we're talking about. Y'all got a favorite album this year?
Favorite album this year?
I know my Apple Music little.
I don't have my phone. I'm live right now. I'll probably say The Baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one? He dropped 2 this year though, didn't it?
Not the Kirk joint.
Okay.
The blue joint.
Kirk was good though. I enjoy Kirk.
That's not saying much. I'm not saying it for lyrical quality.
Yeah.
It go hard in the car.
Boogie had my favorite album of the year, and it showed via my.
Who is Boogie?
DeMarcus Cousins?
Nah, man. West Side Boogie,
nice.
man. Y'all check it out. This album's called Everything's for Sale. I do think all of you guys, based off of what I know about y'all and y'all musical preference, would enjoy it.
All right, I got a question for you all before we get off the show, man. I'm just gonna name out 5 names, and you got to give me one, okay? And then we're gonna get out of here. All right? Tink, you're a part of this too. All right, you got to pick one. All right, Roxy, Beauty Dior, Jada Fire, Pinky, or Cherokee.
Pinky.
Say the list again.
Roxy, Beauty Dior, Jada Fire, Pinky, Cherokee.
Who are they?
Pinky or Cherokee? Probably Pinky though. I'm gonna go Pinky.
Cherokee.
It just came on my feed.
I'm gonna have to go Pinky. It's Pinky, then Cherokee, then Jada Fire, then Roxy, then Beauty Dior.
It's in order or just the one?
That's my order.
I got this
personally.
from that website that you don't have on your phone.
Ah,
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not per se.
This is straight off the cuff, man. Somebody's actually got this on. Somebody's got this on Facebook right now. They're saying, I'm telling my kids this was Destiny's Child.
And he been killing it with them memes.
Hey, I'm telling my kids and grandkids have been fucking hilarious this week. Please keep them up.
been.
The first 48 ones have been funny.
Yeah, you've been killing me with those.
I came up with one today. I thought it was pretty dope.
They goddamn good with Arenas one though. That was the funniest.
With the Wood Harris?
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that one killed me.
So we're not gonna pick?
I picked. I gave you
said,
an order.
You said Pinky?
I said Pinky, Cherokee, Jada Fire, Roxy, and Beauty Dior.
All right, Tyson.
But Jasmine Cashmere comes before all of them.
oh, yo, my man. You got,
Jasmine Cashmere comes before all of them.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
That's perfectly fine. Jasmine Cashmere before all of them. What's up?
That does sound like a great name.
Possibly.
That name. That was amongst
If you knew what you were
right.
If you knew what I was talking about,
Right. If I knew who that person happened to be, it sounds
goddamn
like
Jasmine Cashmere.
that's quite the person. And
That's a great name, man.
yeah,
No doubt.
Yeah.
Praise
On that
God.
note, man, Irrelevance in the dungeon, man.
Jasmine Cashmere, praise God.
Yeah,
Many
man,
of them.
that's pretty dope, man. Shout outs, Tyson.
just usual, man. Everybody listening. That's it. You know what I mean?
That Jasmine thing fucked you
Right,
up. Huh?
It really did, because it was like, yo, I didn't know he was familiar with that chick.
At least you forgot about Tommy.
Forgot all about the dogs. He don't care about the dogs anymore. You know, he was.
Oh yeah, you.
No, it's
He
cool.
made you forget.
Fuck them
about it.
goddamn dogs.
I'm I
Mike
think
Vick
we
on
went Vic on that. And the views of us do not represent us. Just letting y'all know.
Represent me, goddamn.
Shout outs, Kel.
Of course, shout out to all of y'all here. Shout out to Tink. Me and Tink. If y'all don't know, I've known Tink since I was literally 3 years old. That's 25 years.
It's on my face. I'm like,
So-
You be alright. You ain't old as the rest of them. Also, shout out to Jasmine Cashmere. That was the first time I gave y'all a legit shot. Shout out to Jasmine Cashmere. I know you gave your life to the Lord
He
now,
trying
but
to get you some guests.
prior to you giving your life to the Lord,
Jasmine, come to the dungeon.
Jasmine, don't come to the dungeon. If you come, never mind. Go ahead, Britt. I mean, Tink, go ahead.
get it together.
My bad, my nigga.
I just want to shout out all of y'all. Thank y'all for this opportunity. And shout out my kids, of course. Love them. Shout out to everybody that's going to be in that play on Sunday at Diversity Center, Forsaken.
Plug that, please.
Yes. Y'all need to get online, get on.
Date and location.
Plug that, please.
Sunday. The doors open at 4:30. Tickets are $20.
What's the
on
date Sunday?
Eventbrite. The 24th.
And what's the name of the location?
Diversity Center. That's what I just said. I said
I'm
that
just
twice.
you gotta
Look,
say more than
you might have to say her real name because she fucking up. I want a good
Would you
plug.
like me, Brittany? If you don't goddamn plug it the right way,
Sunday at Diversity Center.
Oh, she doing a Hanes commercial, ain't it?
See what I
10 to 10.
Biggest sale of the year.
We've ordered too much furniture.
at the dump.
I'm done with y'all. Fuck all y'all.
Roll to Lincoln Avenue.
Oh man.
Not Friday. Not Sunday. This Saturday. 10 to 10. Yo, ever since I was 5 years old, every fucking Saturday, Hanes got a sale.
Nigga, and the dog.
Yeah.
This is our biggest sale ever.
We have to get rid of this inventory.
Yeah.
God damn.
You need to talk to your buyers.
Why is it still $1,500 for this couch?
What kind of buyers do you have that they keep overbuying shit?
They're like, we've had too many trucks come through. Like, should you find somebody else, motherfucker?
Y'all need to do that. Y'all need to have better business practices.
For real. Shout out to Haynes.
Shout out to goddamn Haynes.
They gonna fuck up when they like, look, we fucked up again. This Saturday, come on over to Hanes.
2 for $20, goddamn it.
Inventory all fucked up.
Buy one chair, get the other three free.
There you go. Buy one, complete your living room set.
I just wonder who came up with that name, The Dump. Like, yo, we want to sell high quality
We
furniture.
dumping all that shit here.
The dump.
Yeah.
Buy a Reese's, get a living room set for free.
Yeah.
Oh man. So where
Yeah, plug yourself again. I'm sorry, Tink.
Sunday, the 24th, at Diversity Theater, the play Forsaken. It's a lot of locals from Richmond that's going to be in it. Doors open at 4:30. Tickets are $20 on Eventbrite.
No doubt.
we gotta do a commercial for that joint. Forsaken.
I know. Matter of fact, before we leave tonight, we're doing a commercial. Just so y'all know.
We had a really good one last week.
Yeah.
I was tripping when I seen that
I don't want to hold y'all too late, but I want to do one, man.
We're fine.
Yeah.
Shout out Tone.
Shout out as always to my beautiful wife, 3 kids. My partner, Mariah on Yes We're Articulate. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Anchor.fm, anywhere else on your streaming platforms to listen to podcasts. Anybody out there that's doing something positive, keep doing it. No matter what people say, no matter what the naysayers say, keep doing your thing. The world needs people that are doers. You know what I mean? So go out there, keep doing positive things. Shout out to you for having me on again. I'm when it says Snuff Magee and Friends, I think I'm the in Friends part of that now. So
you've been part of that, though.
Like I said, just give me one out of each month. That's all I need to come on here and do my thing. Shout out to all y'all guys, man. Y'all make this fun, man.
No
I
doubt.
enjoy doing it. Enjoy the platform, man. And until the next time.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. Next week. You're getting taken, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, Snuff will tell you how excited I get when he be like, yeah, T-Vaughn come through this week. Word! Let's do it.
That's what's up.
Tyson, my nigga. He know he my nigga.
He gets straight Mason Rudolph with it. Like, my nigga!
But the thing is,
good.
You can back that up. You heard him say it, right?
Yeah.
So there we go.
He got the text message to prove it.
There we go.
Yeah, I
And the
screenshot.
live feed.
Unlike Miles.
No, I know what I heard.
He said, nigga. I mean, he might have said nitrates, but he said.
Did you say night chicken? You talking about hot dogs? Yeah. Well, yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping through, man. Before I get out of here, man, Tyson, anything else you want to say about the dogs, man? Are we done with that?
We good, man. You said the ship has sailed, man, so I'm good.
I got you.
We'll come
You
back
know,
to it
white
next
people, they just, they do too much with their dogs. They kiss them in the mouth. They let them touch their foods. And Wu-Tang always advised, never let your dogs touch your food. So I live by what Wu-Tang says.
Special. Thank you. Thanks, Tyson.
You very welcome.
Oh, man.
Appreciate it.
Treinta y uno.
That was 31.
Yeah, you're episode behind, dog.
Look, bitch, do I look like goddamn Ricky Rubio?
Hey, man, and the views of Kel do not. Hey, Ricky, man.
I almost went a whole episode without you saying that,
We
man.
appreciate what you've been doing, man. We've been watching Spanish team, man. Y'all handling y'all business, man.
No, Ricky Rubio nice for real.
Yeah, shout out to Ricky Rubio, man. Shout out, before we get out of here, man, I wanted to just say Steven Jackson said something about Tony Parker this week, man.
He
What did he
did.
say?
Said he was
He was a bad teammate.
Bad teammate. Yeah, he
Really?
did. Yes, he did.
I think Steven Jackson is
I think Steve Jackson be lying.
I just think he's very a bitter man.
He's a nigga.
He is indeed.
And I don't mean to go too far into it. Why did he say Tony Parker was a bad teammate?
He said because he would look him off. He would give him the ball. Tony was that dude, though.
Nigga, who the fuck are you to be demanding the ball from Tony Parker?
I mean, Steven Jackson will punch your ass.
He will.
To this day.
But guess what he won't do? Make that goddamn shot afterwards, goddammit.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, I'm just playing. Real shit, Steven Jackson, I'm just fine.
We don't want to.
I got some weed for you. Like,
We don't want a malice in the dungeon.
I definitely. I'm scared of
I
Steven
want
Jackson.
Stephen A. I mean Stephen A. Goddamn.
I ain't scared of Stephen A. But I'm scared of Steven Jackson.
He's still defending Stephen A.
Oh, man.
still on the brain, man.
Yeah. I want Stephen on my team though.
Stephen A. or Jackson?
No, it's Jack.
Oh, every day of the week I want
Yeah,
Steven Jackson
yeah.
on my team. Yeah.
Especially if something happens in the crowd.
Yeah.
I want
Him and old Meta.
who?
Him and old Meta.
You know, I apologize. I know we got to get out of here, man. I'm gonna wrap it up, but before I get out of here, man, shout out Mello, man. I'm happy to see him back.
Yeah, he
Indeed,
put up
man.
18 last night, man.
Double O.
On pretty efficient shooting.
Did you see
too.
the step back? When
Yeah.
and Famous Los did that joint.
man.
He said, "What he going for 60?"
And he still had he had pretty good efficiency on his second game.
Yeah,
I like to see
I'm glad to see Lala's husband back in the league. Man.
Is that who he is now?
I got to see 30.
Okay.
Once he get 30, he mellow again.
Okay. You know, I think that's fair, actually.
Yeah, I want the old mellow back.
That's gonna happen this weekend.
I want to thank Tink for stopping by.
Definitely.
I want to say we have great lighting tonight.
We do.
I'll be honest with you. This dark skin that you have on this bench right now, it is glowing tonight.
Yeah, we got a little glisten.
Yes, sir.
There's a little glisten going on.
Yes, sir.
And we all know who we can thank for that.
The good Lord.
Praise God.
Yes.
Yahweh.
Irrelevance in the Dungeon. I'm Snuff Magee, joined by
It's your man Tyson in the building.
It's your boy Kel.
Mz Tink.
T-Von.
Yo, we out. Peace.
Yeah.
Cheer.
You've been listening to Snuff Magee and Friends. Irrelevance in the Dungeon.